This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Link Up Podcast with your hosts, Mistuh King, Kana Woods, Rashid, Kalissa. We got a full house here today.
Yes.
Wolf back.
Yes, indeed. Well, I don't know about a wolf pack, but everybody's here today. So glad you could join us for another episode of the Link Up. The energy kind of weird today because we got some sick people in the building, myself included, recovering over.
I just tired.
Yeah, I tired too. Yesterday was a long night.
Sick people, yeah.
Yesterday was a Caribbean party in Den Haag, and I was not planning to go out anyway. No, by Flames. Yes. And Mario come pick me up, and then we went to Flames.
I see he had one. Okay, shout out Mario. True that, how it was?
It was dope. Just hot.
You play self or you just?
No, I was just there. They want me to play tonight.
We get sidetracked
at Brazil bar, but I really don't know if I go in.
Yeah, I mean this is how we start off anyway. I just wonder. He said he tired, so I just want to see what he was tired for. I was working. That's why I tired.
Yeah, I reached home like around 6:30, something like that.
Yeah, I reached home about 9. Okay, I like 7:30.
Okay.
But yeah, so what we getting into first? Since we get cut off about staying too long away from the topics.
Yeah, and I think we could do this episode a little different than the last one, because the last one was literally just 2 topics. If we could hit a little more than 2 topics this episode, that would be good.
So we wait for 3 then.
Yeah,
That's progress.
I think we could start off with what we started about, like right before we started recording, just getting to that one time, knock it out the way, and then tackle the other stuff. And that basically was the shooting video.
Oh, okay.
The Sandy Hook promise video.
And so, just for context, I don't even know all the information behind it, so I can't even provide the right context for y'all. But because the wife here just showed me the video, that's how I saw it. At least I don't know if it was on World Star or wherever. Woods was just telling me it's apparently the people from that was actually involved in the shooting. They were responsible for they started a foundation or whatever, I guess, spreading awareness about mass shootings or school shootings and stuff like that.
I believe,
and this is part of a campaign.
The thing that the organization King talking about is called Sandy Hook Promise.
Could be.
I don't know if that's the name of the organization or the name of the video.
That's the name of the organization.
But just before we get into it and give our opinions, for those who want to check out the video that we're talking about, you could just go on YouTube and type in Sandy Hook Promise or Sandy Hook shooting commercial, and you're going to find it.
Was this also played on TV, if anybody knows?
Yes, it's a commercial. It airs on TV, it's on YouTube, everything.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion, King?
Wait, just break down exactly how the commercial goes.
Actually my bad, because King was actually doing that. I kind of interrupted.
Well, the video, I mean, I don't remember every detail of it now. I watched it a couple days ago and stuff, and this wasn't really a topic. Yeah, go through. And this wasn't really a topic that was planned, but I do have an opinion on it.
So, like, the commercial starts like a regular day. Like you have children walking in and outside of the school, like they're talking with their friends and stuff like that, and then it transitions from them talking with each other to them talking, in a sense, while the shooting is happening. So they're talking, but like this one girl texting her mom like, yeah, mom, I'm at school now, like everything is fine, or something like that. But then you hear like
gunshots in the back.
The gunshots in the back, like, so it's like she's hiding and she's talking with her mom.
Oh, I didn't see they have different.
That's the commercial itself. Like those are just videos that they have on YouTube, but they have like a commercial that they made to air on TV.
Because the commercials start off like
a people kind of like it's the first day of school and telling like what they excited, like we getting a new backpack or school or whatever different aspects about school they're excited about. So it just starts off very lighthearted and then just takes a super dark turn. Like would say where like a shooting is happening and you're seeing all of them and they're referring to different things, like one now texting the mom I love you and stuff like that because like she about to die or whatever and all kind of shit. And then in the end of it there's a message that says if just paraphrasing, I don't remember the exact quote, if you're aware of the signs of a school shooting, you can prevent it.
Yeah, wait, until you
school shootings are preventable if you're aware of the signs. Some shit like that. It ends on the last screen of the video.
Give me like 2 minutes. Keep on talking and I'll tell you exactly. Man, fuck it. That's what you say along. That's more or less what I said.
It's a paraphrase.
Gun violence is preventable if you know the signs. That's more or less what it was saying.
It was more specifically school shootings and stuff like that. So that was the part that upset me about the commercial. I find what is the message? What is the hope that this commercial is sending? Or what is the intended message of this commercial? Because I really didn't get it.
Be vigilant.
To scare people about school,
to be vigilant.
To let you know that if you go back to school, you could die.
That's not okay.
What is the sign of a school shooting? That was what upset me about the final message, because I don't know what is these. If it is indeed a school shooting is preventable, let's look at Sandy Hook. Let's look at Columbine. Let's look at every one of these. Have all the school shootings and different mass shootings that happen. Have they all been students that did it? Because if a student is the person that is the perpetrator who is shooting up the school all the time, then you can be like, cool. If he's the isolated person that is getting picked on,
they all were students, or they there was one that just graduated from the school, but they were all students or have attended. Or attended that school.
Okay, so now
what is the sign? Because nowhere in the video did they illustrate what is the signs or what to look out for. But then you tell me school shootings are preventable if you know the signs.
But you see, it seems like maybe I watched a different video, because what I had just watched prior to recording was basically the beginning was the same premise. It was but it was more the end of the year. People saying it started off lighthearted. You see a whole bunch of different scenes and stuff like that. You see a whole bunch of different scenes and stuff like that. And then towards the end, people signing each other yearbooks and them kind of things. And then homeboy come in and then start shooting up the place. But then they do a recap now, showing the panel was being each scene that you had just previously watched. Homeboy was in the background, either getting bullied or being ting, or they had one picture of the panel was just scrolling through his Instagram, and he went
something like that. I could fuck with that more. But then I feel like it's more of a clear message or something like that.
The main person who the video was I guess the star of the video. He was going through his Instagram and he went through quick. And one of the quick pictures you see homeboy holding a gun in them typical crazy white boy pictures, holding the gun towards the camera, and then you see another flashback of a scene prior when he was focusing on the main star. Homeboy was in the back doing gun signs and pointing at people and shit like that. So that's why I said let me explain what I had seen in that video before I tell you. I don't know how you could not see the message. So maybe you didn't see that video.
That's what I'm saying. What was you saying? Different commercials or something? Because that one makes sense to me. If you explain how you explain it, if I see that sends a clear message.
It could be multiple commercials that run in, and it's just
a series.
Which is a problem, because we saw this with numerous. I think it was Sheer Moisture and shit. They had a whole scandal where they had a super large advertising campaign with a whole bunch of different. Sheer Moisture is a natural hair product company started by black people, and the whole thing was they had a campaign where it was showing some other people that wasn't black, but it's unless you see the entire campaign together, it's this is just one commercial with a white person. It's not that. It's one of those things where if you don't see it in its full context, the message is always lost. It's hard to execute something like that. If you could have multiple videos, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a normal thing for advertising campaign. Just don't make it so that if I don't see this video, I don't get none of the contents while you're telling me school shootings are preventable. If you know the signs, you ain't telling me the signs, nigga.
It also depends on how frequent these videos are playing. For example, if you're watching a TV show and it's in commercial time, and you watch 2 of these in a span of one show, then it depends on how frequent you see it. But if it's just in this isolated content, you see in just one video, it could cause. There's some other videos. I remember this one, the one we just saw. That one is also just quite random, that they're just talking about the day.
No, but I like how they do that one, because they catch I is one of the assholes who didn't pay attention to the background, because they legit catch me. The Instagram one, because they show maybe 3 or 4 different instances where the background you could have seen things but if you had paid attention you would have seen it, but if not, you would think like it legit catch me as well. I didn't see like maybe 75% of it. Maybe the Instagram one I had seen, but the others I did not look at the background, and that kind of just goes to me. That kind of goes into the message as well. You're just focusing so much on the main stuff. You're not seeing what's going on behind, or what you're not seeing like your peripherals. I guess might be the closest analogy I have to that, and that's what end up getting people shot, and that's how people miss the signs and that kind of shit. So to me, that had make sense.
I found their goals. You want me to read it? It's like a very short thing. Sandy Hook Promise mission is to prevent gun violence and other forms of violence and victimization before they happen by creating a culture of engaged youths and adults committed to identify, intervening, and getting help for individuals who might be at risk of hurting themselves or others.
See now, this is one of the few cases in life, because I think if you listen to this podcast the past like maybe month or two, I'm a very big advocate of minding your own business. This is one of the few instances where I think that you could throw out that rule, because that minding somebody else's business in this case is potentially saving your own life.
And especially if you're living in a country
or somebody that you love.
Like there's a lot of situations where not minding your business is not beneficial. There's a lot of situations.
Well, okay, let me put it that way. This one really like stick out to me. The other ones, I believe I could find loophole, and be like, but
another thing I was thinking, and the conversation that we've had on the podcast a couple of times actually, and normally me and Woods kind of be on slightly different sides. Vaccines, basically. Like vaccines is obvious something where with group herd immunity, the fact that it works. Yeah. Like if you send your child to school and I didn't vaccinate my child, there's a reason for you to mind my business and be like, yo, go vaccinate your child. Type of thing. Like,
I give you two there. I give you two there. I'll take the two.
That's all I had right off the top.
For podcast and type purposes, we will go into more. But can we all just agree that the fact that this commercial is even necessary is fucking sad?
Yeah. I mean, you live in a country where there's more mass shooting than days in a year.
But also this deterrent is not to say they didn't see this before, because they just get like drills at school, safety drills. They know exactly what to do.
And that's a whole nother something. Imagine that you come you there with your child, Johnny or Sandra. Well, how your day in school? But it was okay. We pretend we had a mass shooting today. Like that, that's a normal something now.
Yeah. But I remember when I used to go on like cruise ships, I used to be annoyed when we had the drills of if the ship
the first day. Yeah.
Just imagine having to do that at school.
But what was I think we had talked about. I mean, I didn't mean to laugh, but how he had said it was a bit funny. I ain't gonna lie. But Dave Chappelle, Dave Chappelle's skits. The man, for those who ain't watch it, that's your own fucking fault. You should have watched it by now. One of the man jokes was, how you going to, if you everybody doing the school shooting drills and stuff like that, but they don't realize they training the shooter as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it is when the man said that, I was like, yo, that make a lot of fucking sense. Like, it's true.
That was one of my questions with the video is like, I legit didn't know. It was something that I asked the wifey when we was talking about it, like how many of the perpetrators, I guess, of these school shootings actually go to the school. Because to me,
why would you shoot up the school if you did go to the school though?
Why did those people walk into the church and start killing people in the church? Like, why did they go into the movie theater and start
it could be like
killing
a
people in the
family
movie
member.
theater?
It could be like a situation where your mother or father or uncle or aunt work at the school.
And probably
but like usually when it comes to like when someone's shooting,
it could be something like that.
Okay, I guess I was more taking.
There's certainly more incentive for somebody that's going to the school.
I guess I was more taking.
Because I mean, usually when someone shoots up a church or something like that, it's more religious.
That you saw.
Yeah. You know what? Two people was talking. Somebody continue.
I was saying that coming back to that commercial that you saw, you think that could potentially be because maybe the other one a little too graphic for TV? Like, cause that one where he should turn up gun signs and stuff like that. You know, a lot of those they just get banned and not approved. So maybe they have that one just to like raise awareness, maybe pique your interest. Then maybe you want to go look into it.
I feel like that one in particular.
You put one on TV and like one on YouTube or some shit.
To me, that shit shouldn't be long on TV. Like I feel
like all it does is make you uncomfortable. Honestly,
like
I mean, if that was the goal,
that's the point because you gonna watch that and like it go, like you see how it's staying his head.
I'm uncomfortable,
like
and now I feel it's a waste of time because. Like I said, you don't tell me what is these signs that I'm supposed to be paying attention to. So you're just scaring me about going back to school.
Their hope was that, you know, they'd
do some
like
extra
pique interest, it'd be on your mind, and you'd go like actually look. Because I sure at the end of it they have Sandy Hook.
Anybody going back to school should be scared.
I don't.
School should have done that.
To me, I ain't saying that none of that can be valid, and it wouldn't do that. But to me, that's not a good advertising campaign, or at least this specific segment of it wasn't well executed. Maybe in the broader whole it all makes sense and shit like that, like Kana was explaining, but if you just see this isolated video, if I need to do all this extra work to find out what it is that's going on, to me you fail, because how many people are actually going to do that extra work to Google
like,
and
if you didn't tell me they had out of, like, if I didn't see this video and you come tell me something else, I wouldn't have known that they had different videos. But then again, I'm not in the States and watching TV over there, so maybe that, like what Woods was saying, we already know how the commercials being
because if it's set up
it got
on the time
some that was
slots,
played like back to back too. So.
but I think with that, I don't know. Wow. That really made no kind of sense. Yo, I tired, Jack. But no, what I was saying is that how the commercials are set up in the States, they usually just run one whole long commercial and then it'll stop. But for instance, how it is here in Holland, I don't know if it's necessarily in the whole Europe. They just run like the longer commercial, run a next commercial, and then run a shorter version of the commercial of the same commercial I played previously. And to me, that makes sense, and that's smart enough. So if they was doing something like that, then okay, cool. But if they were just playing the one commercial and just leaving that thing and not playing the other series of it, it would have made, like what you were saying, that it don't make sense. Because the whole message getting just lost on people.
Okay, I have a question.
And now we're speculating now how they're doing this thing, because we don't.
We don't know. We don't know the details of their advertising campaign and what all channels it on, what times it playing, how often the commercials. We don't know none of this information.
We just know that the commercial exists.
Yeah. The question that I have though is regarding the signs. Like, what do y'all feel? Like, how would you identify a school shooting aside from some of the like? If somebody is being bullied and stuff like that.
Are we talking like stereotypical or are we talking like
seriousness? Like, I mean, because it's serious enough to like make the commercial about it. It's a.
Anytime you have a school shooting, I feel like they does always end up using very similar words to describe the people. So like how they are, like
the characteristics.
Yeah,
because all of them white.
I mean,
because that's what I was
okay. Let me be take. I believe that they do that because all of them white. Because all of them, they don't want to give. They might try to paint it as they're sick or they had a trouble past or
they look at them as like an individual.
We need to paint it in such a way that justifies us doing nothing about it. Like that to me,
or maybe even justify the shooting to a certain extent.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Some of the this happened because he was bullied, or he was this, or he was that.
I mean, but when the shooting is one thing that they think is kind of bad, but the justification for doing nothing to me is more about that, because we know how the gun control debate in America goes. There's people who believe highly in their right for more guns. Nobody wants to even start talking of any kind of rhetoric about turn in your guns or return them or anything like that. So it's just one of those things where we need to say he's an isolated loner who with mental issues and this and that, so that it's like, yo, we couldn't do nothing about it. Like, this just came out of nowhere. He's just one crazy guy. And also, if it forces you to keep looking at it as if it's an isolated incident that's just this one thing, and it's not a pattern, it's not just widespread. So they need to paint it in that way to justify doing nothing.
Nah, but
because we're gonna say thoughts and prayers.
I guess
going this back, is a tragedy, and then
going back to your question, why I asked like if you want to be like how you asking if you want to be serious or you being stereotypical, because back when man was in high school, that was what 2000, like my last years of high school.
2011, I think.
No, can't be 2010. So it'd be like 28 to 2010. Columbine had done happen, but the school shooting wasn't as rampant and how it is in the past like 7-8, maybe a decade, because we almost in 2020. But even with
Virginia Tech as well, Virginia
Yeah, maybe
Tech,
Virginia,
Columbine.
maybe Virginia Tech
Some
happened
other
already.
one, like the
But
old school ones.
where that's concerned, we still used to make those little jokes like, oh yeah, the crazy white boy, he will
Yeah,
probably
you
shoot up
know
school
they're
and
funny, yeah.
stuff like that. So we had one student in my high school, in my class itself, that had kind of fit that description. And he was like really smart. I don't know if he would actually do it because he's one of those like really nerdy ones. Like if you flick him, he won't fall apart. But we like some of my other people other people in the class used to trip on him and stuff like that. And I used to make sure. As much as people we used to make jokes and stuff like that. In the back of my head, I was like, yo, just in case, I gonna make sure I cool with this homeboy.
He gonna call me, he gonna message me, yo, don't go to school today.
I just want that text, yo, Sean, don't come today. And then I could spread it to all my other people, and then everybody, because all of us could stay home. Whoever else choose to go to school and get shoot, that's their business.
Wouldn't it be right to alert the authorities?
It would.
You minding your business too much.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if I was minding my business, I wouldn't tell my people. Okay, see, it got to be a chain reaction. I gotta tell my people, and they gotta tell their people, and then, eventually, hopefully, reach somewhere. Am I going to go and call the authorities and call attention to myself and shit that's unnecessary? No.
Man.
But am I going to warn other people? Hell yeah.
That way chicken. I can like slip a note, dog. Do
But
nobody tell you to be tripping on a white boy in the first place. Like, leave and that's
No, I know what you're saying though, cause it had a couple of them in my school self. Like I used to be nice to everybody. Fuck that. I used to be like, yo, man's in the corner, roll up in a fetal position, rocking back and forth. That my friend. You okay, boo boo? Let me know.
Yeah,
you need
right.
something?
Be like, yo, you want Snickers? You want chocolate?
I like
you need water? Like what?
But the weird thing is, in my high school, it had fellows like that. But like, look, most of the high school, like I was in VWO, right? And like, to be honest with you,
smart.
Last year, we're not talking about that. But
no, you just kill your whole compliment.
To be fair, I dropped to Harvard because I was in a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So
I run Harvard. I have no problem with Harvard people. Ain't no shame in being a
salute.
I can't speak on how Harvard was set up at our school, but VWO, to be honest with you, like everybody in there was just like, it wasn't really like no bullying going on because to be
they definitely had bullying
like,
going on in that bitch in my school.
Yeah, but to be honest, most of VWO was female.
Was your school separated, like in the sense that VWO was somewhere different than Harvard?
Nah, it was all one school.
Because me and at MPC is like Harvard, VWO.
Yeah, I know.
So you could be a VWO student, and that don't mean that like.
No, but
the
it's
thing
all
is,
one campus.
you could be VWO student and still get a cap.
No, but the
that's
thing
what I'm saying. Now we're trying to ask you, like, everyone's the same
But the thing is, how
situation,
our
like,
school was set up, like, the people from Harvard didn't fuck with the people from VWO, and the people from VWO didn't fuck with the people from...
It kind of like that in NBC, but there's no border, there's no distinct, there's
no border, like, we could ask it, but it's just, like, everybody really used to be minding the business, they didn't kill, they barely used to fuck with the people in the class, so, like, I could tell you for sure, like in VWO, people wasn't really out here getting bullied, I could, like... Even Harvard, from what I see, nobody was really messing with nobody like that. We was all just there. And
so, are you good? Because now it's Martin. Yo, if you want your Martin to be able to, if you want your Martin, what the hell? If you want your child to be able to take trips and come out strong in life, send them in public school in St. Martin.
Like bullying on St. Martin.
I went public school.
Like for me, like I was never bullied. I would say.
I was
in school.
I was bullied,
same,
but like in
bullied.
elementary.
You was never bullied, Rashid?
I was never.
I was bullied.
What do you seem like you was bullied?
I was never bullied.
Oh yeah, you had cousins, you had older cousins,
from like friends and shit. Hardly enough. Like
no, but I used to be bullied
me and
bad.
shit in a certain way.
The only people that bully me was my cousins, but that don't count. They cousins. I was the youngest cousin.
That don't count. That really
even if we take it away,
I'm the only one here that used to be bullied.
No, I was bullied too.
No, I was bullied bad, but this was like in elementary.
No, but I was bullied too.
No, but I was like physically bullied.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we need to define this thing. Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you what happened to me.
Tell me a story.
But I don't even want to say it because are you just not gonna let this one go? But okay, so
remember,
like
this
we
was
know
on the internet forever, no? just
but they didn't know what it was. Okay, so as we know, I have some health issues, but when I was younger, I used to have like a really bad dimp because I had one leg was longer than the other, so I had like sores on me. And it had one time somebody had like pushed me or something, and I fall. And ever since then, they used to call me Collapse. And wait, elementary school, but wait.
Wow.
So since I had a limp, like the fellows who was like in my elementary school, they all used to like kick me behind my knee. Cause I had a limp, so it was like an easy target.
You're hungry.
Every boy in my elementary school, every fucking day.
I hope you know your name changing in my phone.
I know.
If this is bullying, then I guess I've been bullied. To me, I just don't like.
I mean, no, but it was like
people
rough,
calling you names and shit like that. That's
I'm not talking about
guys. That's what guys do. So like, I never stuff like that in my mind never really registered as being bullied.
But I'm not talking
That's
about
just
name
like-
calling though. I talking about I fuck like they used to hit me. No, because I had a really
And
bad
that shit
problem with
again,
my
like that's something that guys used to do as well. Like
Until you're
you
hungry.
see, exactly.
yo,
You just walk
but it
up
was
and
like
Hungry, go eat.
yo,
box the back of your knee,
everybody in
and
my
if you
school,
fall-
like every day, it was
where the
serious,
hell
and then
I
it was
don't
making. But it was
We was
bad
creative
though.
and stupid at the same time, but Jesus Christ. Now,
So
I
it
think
be
that
like none of
had
that
to have the
registered as bullying.
That
to
fuck
me,
was
like,
bad.
that had to
No.
have been
Shit to
derived
me.
from somewhere. But I mean, for me, in my situation, it wasn't say it was a constant something like
Like, you get picked on
every
and
day
stuff
people
like
was
that.
That was it.
taking-
It was constant, and it was like everybody in the elementary school was doing that. And then I had a problem with my hip, so it was making it worse. You understand?
But I mean, I was weird in it. Yeah, I'm still weird. But I was weird. I was weird in the sense that
was there.
Bye.
at school, because I'm nerdy as fuck. At school, I would be like chilling with the boys, them like playing Pokemon, reading Harry Potter or some
Nerdy thing.
nerdy stuff. But because I played like almost every sport on the island when I was younger, I used to play like basketball, soccer, baseball. Like I
think that
was
is
playing.
well known.
Bye.
So
I think that saved me
people
too,
like
actually.
I was chilling with like the quote unquote cool kids because like I play sports with almost all of them, but I was also chilling with like the nerds. So I was never really bullied in the sense, and also my cousins were like also they also played sports, but they were like 6-7 years
I could
difference, and they
relate to that a
all.
little
I
bit.
just want
So I never
everybody
really
to
had,
know
like, I
if
never
it's
really was
bullied, you know,
bullied.
it gets better.
And I never bullied like the nerds either because I was also part of them as well. So I wasn't in that vibe at
I
all.
don't know, like I feel like I kind of get away with that as well because when I was younger I was really athletic, so I was always like one of the top. I was always like one of the fastest in the class or one of the best at football or like some. So I was always good at sports or like so when the period I guess I was being bullied was like 4th grade, 5th grade. Like at one point I had get like choked up by this one partner and then like another classmate of mine had come and kicking me the balls from behind. So like, and lucky enough I was getting choked by a black fella and a white partner saved me. But with that being said,
That's why you like white folk.
that's where my white savior complex come from here. It comes deep from here. Don't mind that I have, you know, mixed brother and sister that I love daily and grow up with. No, that's exactly what. But it's different. What I realize hearing the different.
Because I was waiting to hear you talk about your lunch money getting taken or something.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
it
You
was
push
money.
in a
It
locker
was-
or
but
a
no,
garbage
No,
can.
but I used to
those
get
things,
like it had these tape. I don't know what it called. They used to like wrap me in it, and then I couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, see,
You see
that's
stuff like that.
That,
Stuff like
like
that.
the things that cover the window with when it raining, you know.
fuck.
That they used to roll me in that.
We used to put Nico in a
Bully,
locker. Yo,
bully.
shout out Nico by Nasty No. That was my buddy. He was like a real small fella in high school, and our lockers was pretty big. I mean, he used to kind of like it.
actually have
Oh,
lockers.
my
That was the thing.
elementary school didn't have
He had no
lockers.
lockers.
He used to kind of like
Wasn't
it. I think he used to do it
That's
for fun
not
too sometimes, but we used to kind of put him in a locker sometimes.
Let's not act like man ain't get thrown in garbage.
That's the thing.
Yo.
Those were the stories I was expecting to hear.
My school didn't have
in
big enough
NBC,
garbages. That's why.
NBC, that's like, I remember when I was finishing like elementary going into high school and shit, the stories used to hear about,
But
it's
yeah.
so rough in NBC,
But
people that's getting
but you know what?
garbage,
But you see, those
ask
same-
for the lunch
But you
money
see,
and this and that.
this happened to me in elementary school. Don't and when I reached high school, by them same fellows who used to bully me were trying to hit me up. I was like, "Are you bold? Are you trying?"
That's usually how it goes.
I was like,
but you know,
"Nah,
All the
cool."
chicks that you tease in elementary school, they start
straight.
doing boobs and hips and shit, and then it's like, huh.
It's straight. Good.
What I realized from hearing stories from like MPC and especially living so close and my sister them going to the school, there's a very big difference between public school bullying and private school bullying. Like there's a vast difference between public school bullying is a lot more physical. Private school bullying that's more about your ego and psychological type shit.
Okay, one thing I can say about my school back in the day, like there was a legit distinct of like who's like the really really rich people with people that are well off, and then who was just struggling to pay, like, be in the school because the school was quite expensive.
It's more or less that in mind too.
ISA? You went ISA your whole like?
No. I start at Montpensier Basis.
Oh.
That's where like with the Veers and all like all those
with CIA man used to come in like 4-wheelers and shit man 15, 16 come to school in 4-wheelers on dirt bikes and them kind of I had a partner in my class. I ain't gonna shout. I ain't gonna put him on the spot.
People at my school come in like get drop off in Hummers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's like
the man had I think it was a Mazda M3. Mazda M3? No.
BMW M3.
No, BMW. No, it was some kind of. It was a fly. It wasn't a BMW. He I don't think his parents was that crazy, but the man had a fly ass Mazda, and we was in what 6th grade.
This is
6th grade, 10th grade. I was like, and you know them being thing in that kind of environment. I go back home to my father. So like, let me see if this could work. It didn't. It didn't work.
This was on Semantic?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Aruba had a fefew of those, like from Veo Veer. The man used to be rolling, like flexing a car, and then
feel like it's
they used to end up on 24hora.com because all them used to get into car accident.
No.
Then you see them crying. Then you used to be like, "What we doing?"
Yo,
I ain't gonna never forget.
But
there was a dude like that in my school as well who actually was in my class. I ain't gonna mention no names or nothing, but this was just a situation where dude used to show up in the Hummer, then eventually the Hummer got crashed and shit like that.
I hear that story.
Yo, it had a panel.
People who know who I'm talking about.
you crash in the Hummer, you safe no?
Yo, it had
Flip
a
the Hummer
panel.
too. That was the crazy
What
shit.
the
How do you
fuck?
flip a Hummer?
No, it's quite easy. It's quite easy.
But
That if you go in, you remember those things top heavy, no?
Yeah.
You go in any type of speed and hit the corner, you went
hit the
straight
curb,
over.
Yep.
And trust me, that almost happened in the Nitro. So the Hummer is bigger and heavier, so I could definitely. I almost cried.
Happened to me.
I almost cried.
That almost happened to me too.
By the whole subwoofers do a backflip in the back. Yo, that
You don't
touched my heart.
understand. You don't understand the anxiety I get when the road wet and I in that fucking F-150. Can't stand it. I don't like that.
No shit, cause you barely see over the steering wheel.
Can't see shit.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I like Jeep.
Can't see shit.
Yo,
I used to roll up at school
If
with
I
my
never see
fucking
Calissa,
F-150.
she's 5 foot nothing driving an F1 fucking 50.
Shut the fuck
Now
up.
actually with no booster
Yeah.
seat, and even if she had a booster seat, she probably couldn't reach the pedal. So
but
either way, it don't make
look
sense.
what happened. My brother had break the thing to adjust the steering wheel, so it was all the way low. So when I used to go driving lessons in a normal regular car, my driving instructor had a pillow for me, so I used to sit on a pillow. So I was like, oh, it's cool. I go hop on a pillow, right? I put a
look small
pillow.
in an F-150. I had decently tall fellow.
I put a pillow and I do so.
5 foot nutty.
And my knee hit the steering wheel. I said, but fuck. So then I couldn't put a pillow. So basically, me and my F-150, we was on the road out here in these streets, just going with God,
Almost
to be
killing
honest.
people.
No, I ain't kill nobody. I ain't almost kill nobody. Relax yourself. But whenever I was in traffic, it was the funniest shit because people would every time I was in traffic, double take all the time. People were just watching me.
You're looking something out of Scooby-Doo against somebody.
And it looked 12. I sure you could only see my hands now when I
Yeah, now we're
drive
talking about F-150s from bullying and
I was just saying, either
Hey,
way,
different topics.
we
hit tree.
Yes.
Not the ones
not three
intended,
main ones, but we could wrap up. I think we could wrap up this whole school shit, unless you want to go into the whole science.
I was just gonna say I don't think nobody ever answered.
No, exactly. I was actually making an attempt. I'd actually make an attempt. The bullying. That's where bullying had come from. That's where the bullying topic had come from. So the bullying is one.
That's an obvious one, I guess.
But that is mostly a lot of bullying in general. Whether it's exclusion from social groups, whether it's actual physical altercations, like somebody actually physically fucking with somebody, or
I think you could see if somebody mental
parents?
Health just. Yeah.
Do you think it's more like parents or other students to be like looking and seeing, he's this dude who's always by himself or whatever. Yo, let's go talk to him.
I had a fellow in my class who I remember.
My mother never knew shit about what used to go on in school. How was school? Fine.
That's
End
true.
of conversation. Because if I say anything more, it's like, oh, go do your homework. If I tell her I have this, no. Like,
but I mean, I feel like everybody should be vigilant.
I understand. It was the same thing.
Yeah, but I had a fellow in my class. I remember like man's common English class. I don't know what was going on with he got vexed. He flipped the fucking table in the middle of everybody. We all heads down, mind our business. I was like, yo, all of us was like, yo, we better go befriend this dude. Like I think all of us collectively had the same idea.
I feel like the typical signs. Well, what it shows the typical signs: the loner, the seclusion, the again, like I was saying before, the physical bullying, even the mental bullying, the name calling. Yeah. Somebody who just seems socially awkward. I mean, like they got. I mean, it's not necessarily that they're socially awkward, but some people need an extra push or extra thing to get out there. Not everybody could just go up and walk up to people and start a conversation or be like the cool person that people look up to and shit like that.
Okay, wait, stop. Before we continue, like some people are just introverted. So some people are just
I think some
don't
people
want
you could
to
really
have
tell.
like conversation.
Yeah, some people just like people have this, leave me the fuck alone. I completely agree.
No,
with that.
but it's not even that. It's like you could tell to a certain extent how somebody react to certain information or stuff like that. How even when y'all working in a group, if you tell somebody and they react a little out of pocket over basic essentially nothing.
Yeah, that's different.
That's what I'm saying, because this particular fella they're talking about, like, it was very much apparent that and nobody used to pick on him. Nobody used to try and exclude him from anything. But everybody was concerned. Like, I remember teachers being concerned, teachers asking if everything all right with him and whatnot. Because everybody could tell something was going on with him.
So it's a good thing you were living in a room not in the States.
It's a good thing he wasn't in St. Martin, because that party would have been done.
I feel we won't get to another tangent and we should probably just take on the next topic.
Oh, you could stick to mental health to go to another topic.
Yeah,
no, but I don't want to deal with homeboy that get shot. Because we could ask as a quick something we could deal with one time.
Yeah.
How about we close up this one?
Because I had like a proper time. There was a moment where there was a perfect opportunity for a segue, but I was like, nah, we ain't finished. Let's wrap this up perfectly.
Little did you know.
Proper link up fashion. I love this show. No, I really do love this show. The unorganization is the best part of it.
But yeah, so recently, Amber Guyger was sentenced. She is the murderer of both John, both Jean. I don't know. I've heard many people pronounce the name different ways in the news and shit like that. So I apologize for pronouncing it wrong.
Yo, the man named
I also recently found out the dude from St. Lucia, like all his peoples and things from St. Lucia. So these is Caribbean people and things.
That's what, if St. Lucia ain't got some kind of French influence as well. Yeah. So Asia.
Makes sense. Well, that's his name.
His jaw fucking G.
So she got sentenced to 10 years in prison. And then, to me, the main part that's astounding to me, or that I wanted to talk about,
is the brother.
The brother.
Yeah, because that's why
the judge.
That's
what kind of nonsense was that? But I forgive you and I'm gonna hug you.
What about the judge? Wait, what
the judge hugged the woman too?
The judge hugged her too? For what?
There's photos you can Google of the judge
I only see the brother.
Amber Guyger.
So what was the reason? The judge give any reason?
It was after the sentencing. The judge gave her a hug and a Bible. Like, there wasn't really no explanation given, or if there was, I didn't happen to find it. But it was like after the sentencing and stuff like that. I think it was like other people went up to hug her and stuff like that, and then she kind of came in. So, like,
maybe she was feeling a little lonely too, and she needed a hug.
I just think it was the craziest shit I ever witnessed.
I mean,
like, listen, just so y'all know, if I die, don't go hug the person that killed me. Like that.
I mean, did you give any context for this?
There's an audio clip that's played where he talks about how, you know.
No, not the thing, but I mean like the actual shooting itself. Did we give any context of what actually, like, what home
I
you
mean,
was accused for?
Google both of them, Jean, if you don't know the situation, because basically what happened is this cop, Amber Guyger, she was going home, she went to the wrong floor on her apartment, which basically she went in this man's house, shoot him while he was chilling,
on the
eating
couch
ice cream and
ice
shit.
cream.
And she got 10 years.
Not for me. I'm talking about people who eat Newton
But
podcast.
apparently she had some.
We talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, aside from us talking about it, like, it's a pretty big story.
She also had like some biased tweets or something that come out. No.
There was supposedly some text messages that she had where she was making like racist jokes or something talking about. She was talking to somebody about a dog she was gonna adopt, and the person made a comment like, you know, the dog kind of, be careful though, the dog kind of racist, and her response like, nah, no problem, you know, I am as well and stuff, some shit like that was. But to me, none of that ain't really relevant.
I don't feel so either, because if you had to look at our group chat and look at some of the shit we might be talking about, a lot of us would be called racist. So
everybody who, like, I feel every person, nobody is actually politically correct. No, outside, off the camera.
Yeah, like, out the camera, in private space. Yo, I sure white people be leaving out N-word fly constantly, but that's why I don't
enough to not do it.
I don't. Yeah, that's why I don't take that into consideration either. But the brother now.
I'm not saying she's not racist or anything.
Yeah, we just not taking that into consideration. That's not a factor. But you see, the brother now. Let me go back to
and the latest development as well was one of the key witnesses.
Who
testified. I just saw this story like today.
Today
like,
I see it.
Man got killed.
So again, a little bit of context. The person who was testifying against
there was witnesses.
There was one witness, one main witness.
Can't mean there was multiple. I don't know.
Well, from the article I had read, it was 1 minute. It's all your Rubians now. I could never listen. I want to put your phone on silent.
My phone always on fucking silent. It was a
obviously
news.
Not.
I didn't even know.
I was making noise if it's on silent. Okay. I'm confused.
Exactly. Ask me again.
My phone always on.
Anyway, they had one main.
No,
I took it off of silent and put it back on.
Okay, continue.
They had one main witness. From what the article I read, there was one main witness. And since he got murdered now, well, since he dead, I don't know necessarily if it's murder or if it's what they say it's murder, but since he gone, either way, her appeal going to be very easily approved or possible that she could get either a lower sentence or parole. That's some whole bullshit.
How much she get?
10 years. And that's even a whole nother something. I still want to get you with the brother.
There's people who got
how I don't understand. I mean, okay, the clip the homeboy had said, he don't want to have hate in his heart for the rest of his life. This and that. Yo, I could hate the fuck out of you and move on with my life. Like what? Me hating you have to do it?
The one thing, yes, because that was the main thing that he was quoting. He was like, when telling Amber Guyger, he was like, I think you should find God. I think you should seek forgiveness in Christ and whatnot. That's the best thing. He don't want you to rot in hell.
Yo, Jesus don't want you up there either.
He was coming from a place of like Christian forgiveness.
He was saying that he believed that's what his brother would want. That's what he had said. I remember him distinctly saying that in the clip.
My main issue is like, nigga, do that shit in private. If you want to forgive this person, I'm not saying you can't forgive her. I'm not saying you have to hate this woman. That's the actual brother of the person who lost a victim. I ain't trying to tell this man how to.
But then why you gotta do it in private?
Like, my issue is the public thing. It looks fucking wild as well. This is not the first time this type of shit has happened. It looks the same, like the same thing that I was talking about with Kaepernick taking the settlement. That's my problem with this, because if people want to make if people want to pursue some kind of lawsuit or whatever, whenever there's a police brutality case, from Eric Garner, Trayvon, all of these people that died in some type of situation, there's many times that they approach, they get a settlement. Now the family is encouraged to drop any kind of fight, not try to pursue any legal action. And how would you pursue any type of legal action or like post that if you want any other type of justice? Just like similar, like we were saying with the thing, it keeps it just being an isolated incident. You can never get the people together and be like, let's file some class action lawsuit against this police department or whatever. If you agree to take a settlement and that y'all not upset with the cops and this is not the result you want, because many of these people just go on their press runs, like some of them victims of these shit been on the Breakfast Club talking about how we don't want y'all to go there and be rioting and protesting in the streets and doing different things.
You gotta go that far, but I mean,
basically saying that the family don't want y'all out here causing chaos on our behalf type of shit. It happens all the time. And this is just another one of those things that's like, yo, well, I could just kill black people and what the fuck gonna happen? They gonna hug me and forgive me? Like, is that the message that you want to be repeatedly sending? If you want to forgive, well, forgive her in private. This shit just looks so fucking crazy. For lack of any kind of better way to describe it, in my opinion, the shit looks weak and crazy. People talking about, yes, it's so strong and it takes a lot to forgive and all of that. Cool, go see this bitch in prison.
While I understand your sentiments of it, I don't necessarily think it matters if it's private or public.
If the forgiveness is for you.
Yeah.
If the whole point of forgiveness is I don't want to carry around this hate and all of these type of things.
That wasn't the only thing he said.
Did he even think about that in the instance of doing it though? Like, I mean,
he is not thinking on that, of course not, because that's not his concern. His thing is he's worried about his grieving and the loss of his brother. That's why I don't want to, like, if you forgiving somebody, I'm not faulting you for the forgiveness. I'm faulting you for going to hug this woman and doing this shit in public.
No, but there's a reason he did it in public.
No, what was the reason?
He said it in the video. He said that he believes, like, he didn't want her to be imprisoned. He said that.
He an asshole.
So that's why he made it a point of saying it there. And he said that he believed that it would have been his brother way.
Nonsense. He even know what he was saying is nonsense. Because in the same speech, he's like, I was thinking and I was
he said
I was worried about doing this and I didn't want to know what my family would say about me, because he knows his family doesn't agree with you forgiving this woman. Like, all of these help to play into possibly reducing her sentence and only getting her 10 years when it should have been 28, because it was asking for 28, because that's how old both of them Jean was when he was alive and shit like that.
Y'all feel it? Let me ask you. Do y'all feel it was an accident period?
No. I think from what he said,
she shot the dude, didn't perform CPR, called the 911, made sure to let them know I'm fucked, I'm gonna lose my job. Letting her know where her thoughts and concerns was in this accident. Put this woman under the jail.
Exactly. And she had like non-lethal weapons too. Like, you gonna just draw your gun and fire.
And you
how the fuck? And then a lot of it don't make sense too, because according to them, he had like a bright red door mat in front of his apartment. So that's not something that you could. That's not something you could really walk in.
People talking about the way the doors is, like in the apartment building. People testifying saying these doors shut automatically. There is no door that's left ajar for you to walk in, type of thing. Like, so that. Something is off there as well. Since
I guess everybody's more or less on the same consensus. If that's concerned, I don't that. Maybe I'm not as developed as a individual to have that whole forgiveness and stuff like that. But royally, fuck that. Do you think you gonna come in with some random white woman gonna come in my house and shoot my brother? I go in jail too because she gonna dead. She went dead.
That's the response I want from my people. Like, if somebody walked in here and now shot me, like, one of y'all gotta get in.
She went dead. Especially when it comes to my family. I don't have that forgiveness in my heart.
How religious do you consider yourself?
I believe,
because I feel like that play into it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it most probably does. I mean, I was raised Catholic. I don't go church no more necessarily, because I don't believe that you need to go church to believe in God and stuff like that. But you're probably right. That does have to do with it. But 100%. I don't know. But see, at the same time, I'm not a violent in base form. I'm not a violent person. So like, I would never go looking for something like that. But if you kill my brother, you dead. I don't cut you up, piece by piece.
Hey, don't give away your plans.
No, that's no.
You see, you're incriminating yourself if you ever get in that situation. Don't come back to this video.
If anybody have to kill my brother,
that means it's a situation with his brother.
If anybody have to kill my brother, they could come and find me because I gonna be the one to do it. As a matter of fact, I gonna turn myself in after.
Tell her you already use antifreeze.
Nah, chop them up bit by bit, drain out the blood in the shower, and then scatter their body pieces throughout Belmer.
Put antifreeze in a kid.
You cannot transition to Joker right now anymore, man. After this conversation,
are you thinking?
No, but I would gladly sit that time. You can put lock away the kid every day. I go sit down. I gonna wake up every day in that jail cell and smile because what regardless of what it takes.
Gym properly.
I gonna get solid 3 meals a day. Exercise, proper exercise.
Get swole.
Hey, we good. Coming back out ready.
Looking like Gucci.
So you better do that in the Netherlands and not in the Caribbean, boy.
But look, after I done have my brother or sister retribution, I good.
Huh? People get buff everywhere. Like
no, but you don't understand like that. Like here's a hotel, dog.
No, the only place.
Is not a hotel.
I'm not gonna like Tats you me. Please don't go Guadeloupe. Because of anywhere friend side related or French related, because Guada is a bit serious. That there was one place I would hesitate. I'm not going to like if like my brother had to get shoot by somebody like on the French side or like bye tax bye bro bye.
Couldn't pick somewhere else.
But we gonna have to like kidnap this man and then kill him on the Dutch side.
But we'll say that is certainly one thing I agree with you on. That whole forgiveness thing is like
screw that, Judge.
Like Charlemagne was saying, I don't know if I'm not as whole. Maybe I got to go to therapy and deal with some more of these things. Eventually, I'll get to that level.
You hear me say, I don't know if
forgiveness.
I probably ain't grow as much as I supposed to be as a person and stuff like that. But I don't.
The mic don't want me to speak. The mic, I don't know how to make it today. I'm a hold it. Okay?
The mic is a hard to King.
He's a scud. He's a scud. That's what he is. Just in case you didn't know. No.
Shit. No, but nah, I think it's more for anybody who see that pause, they just know somebody moving shit outside.
Yeah, it looked like a hood of a car.
It looked like a mini bathtub to me. I just see like one piece.
It's a hood of a car.
I know what's going on there, but I think more or less anyhow, I would forgive him, yeah. Because then I have to reevaluate my friendship with all you. Because I can't roll with all you, kind of serious situation.
Nope.
Okay.
I can't see myself forgiving.
Me personally, I quicker to forgive somebody when it comes to like shit they do to me personally than something they do to somebody I love. If you understand what I'm saying. Because
I kind of feel
some instances or stuff that I had to like things I had to cope with that for me I had to forgive the person in order to cope. But like but if it was somebody else, I wouldn't have been able to forgive that person.
Okay, no. Explain that. I completely agree.
In my case, I wouldn't be able to forgive him, but I wouldn't be angry with the person at all.
What?
I would just let it go. Cause like I would
to a certain extent.
I ain't even gonna lie.
I can get angry with someone and then at a certain point, like I just learn from the situation and just like I don't stay with that anger for someone.
Ain't the this man thief like 50 euros from you and you could come back. Yo, my brother never coming back. Yo, no, you got there too.
No, but
your brother got there too. You got, but yo,
I understand what you're saying, but I'm like first of all, I'm not a violent person, so even if something
me
really
neither, but you still got dead.
I know I'm not gonna kill someone. I know. I can tell you.
I'm not sitting on.
I can tell you for sure. I can never.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting on here saying that I John Wick or some shit. But I mean, to me that was an extreme situation. Anybody had touched any of my brothers to that extent, even though all of them older than me, it gonna be a problem.
Like I don't know. I'm not like Wood say. I'm not a killer. I don't know
I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
I don't know if you could push me enough for me to become one.
Nah, but
I ain't never been in a situation to be pushed to that way. I feel like, okay, this person gotta die.
Although
cool. I've never been in that situation either, so it's difficult to really say like what you really would do until you're in it.
Yeah.
But I know the love I have for my brothers and my family, and I know how stupid I could get with that concern.
Although there's a saying, the quiet ones are the most dangerous one when they break. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually holding things in forever, and then it just kind of all gets banged up and explodes.
And this is kind of to go back to the whole shooting thing. That's why everybody's scared of the fucking school shooters, because they'd just be the quiet ones. They'd be the quiet ones, and they'd be the one nobody really expecting. But except for now, because of the stigma there, they have a whole bunch of things. Now it's a little bit different, but back then, people it was more or less the same thought process. But I gonna go jail. I gonna sit down. Do my time. You thought you killed my brother or sister and tell me oops, wrong apartment. Nah, but
that whole story is
just listening to the 911 call in particular is like
the call, right?
To me, the 911 call is one of the worst parts. Where she like just literally saying, "I'm fucked. I'm
gonna lose my
job."
But like, you're going to lose your life.
That's the main thing on this woman's mind. Just shot somebody, walk into their apartment, shoot somebody,
CPR.
and it's like, fuck, I'm gonna lose my job.
She used, according to what
she could have used a taser.
Not only that, but according to the one of the articles I had read as well, homegirl had first aid shit somewhere close by in a reachable place, and she didn't even bother using that either. So that goes with the whole not doing CPR, not trying to take no.
And I go hug this woman.
But
I'm sorry, God and the Lord gonna have to understand.
I don't feel the first aid thing don't really thing with me, because like fuck she gonna do with a first aid.
Yeah, but
if she performs CPR,
but to me those two go hand in hand, Jack.
But other than perform CPR, call 911 in that situation, what else you want to do?
But
that's the thing. She had
taking that count is the thought that counts.
She had the training.
This is a very fucked up situation.
From that she performed CPR.
Give me a word for a minute. Let me just throw this out there. It just came into my head, and I have to say it now. I'm sorry. What if someone dying, right? And you need to give them CPR, but they have herpes on their lips?
There's whatchamacallit for that. There's a device that you can use for that thing.
I know, but I mean, those people carry those devices when someone needs CPR.
Yeah, but like it's an extreme case if somebody you could tell that somebody got herpes.
And then tell you
use
a straw.
It's just on the lips. Like it's very easy to know.
It's a cold sore. Yeah. It's a cold sore basically. Like oddly enough, I went when I was working at the gym.
The fuck you to be thinking about, G?
It just came into my head, dog. I told you, like, I'm random as fuck.
Catch myself.
I understand.
Wait, what are you
but
saying?
Basically, like when I was working at the gym, I had to do first aid training, so I did get a little educated on CPR and how to use fire extinguishers and all that shit. And when we was doing the CPR course, like there was a chick there who had a cold sore, as you call it, but I mean herpes, but. And it was one of those things that just had a different thing. It's like, okay, you just use this mouthpiece or whatever and clean it off and everything when done. And that's kind of how we all use it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and it's also fun, like, not fun.
Fun?
Yeah, sorry. How they, like, mask, because, like, there's a lot of people that on the island that I know that get cold sores. But
it's a lie. Nobody wants to admit they got herpes. Yeah. Like I was just watching an episode on
and it's just herpes, man.
Like, and it was like girls call it cold sores. And again, it's actually you got the herp.
Again, in typical link-up fashion, we went from fucking thing to herpes.
Okay, let's go with one topic. Before we round it out and stuff. Let's go one topic that's a little more lighthearted. What do you want to talk about?
Joker.
That's not lighthearted. I mean, we already going on the dark part. Might as well continue. I
was gonna say like Cardi and quitting things.
I don't really give a shit. If you really feel that Cardi B quitting social media has an impact on your life, you need something to do. Like there's like go and read a fucking book, learn a different language, some shit. Like that's sad that you on social media too fucking much and you up these celebrities.
I would feel some type of way if Will Smith quit social media.
Only reason because I never followed Tekashi 69 in my life on nothing. But somehow Tekashi was all over my social media and shit.
Other people was posting it.
And is different with Cardi?
No, but I said if you feel aware, I said if you feel aware that she does it, that she's not using social media anymore. That's the thing. People be like, oh yeah, why is she not doing it? Oh, I gonna miss her, this and this and that.
But like, I could be glad that she couldn't because I don't follow her, but I'm just trying to say that, like, not because I don't have to be obsessed with her to be glad that she may be on. If I don't appreciate her messages and think that I get to hear.
I guess I must say, if you sad that she quit, I feel that you need to be reevaluated. You need to reevaluate.
Although honestly, like Cardi B, like the messages that she does her stuff, but in terms of like politically and stuff like that, she is very active when it comes to certain topics. So it's like, it depends, because she was still a voice, and now that voice is not active.
Yo,
I don't know.
I love to follow Will Smith.
Yes, but that was
Will Smith and 50 Cent. To me, there's a perfect balance.
Have you looked at her political views and what she talks about and stuff like that?
Like I just said, I try to avoid Cardi and her bad grammar ass.
Yeah, but
the majority of what she say is a bunch of nonsense.
To me, no, but it's any not celebrity. Just that, but like any celebrity.
A lot of what she does say, what she like, she I guess famous for
she
saying and stuff.
Against gun violence and stuff like that.
I feel like not nonsense. I don't feel like it's a good message because she'll be on stage telling females to like, if you don't like school, quit, find yourself a sugar daddy. No,
but I'm not talking about like I just said there's stuff that she talks about that's bad. But at the same time, she advocates for gun laws in the States. Like there and she's very politically active. Like if you look at it,
any celebrity asks like that,
lenient use of it
compared to other artists in the same thing, they don't even talk about
taxes. They talk about it. The difference is Cardi B gets reposted on all the blogs. So when Cardi talks about it, the world knows.
Yeah,
I mean, she interviewed Bernie Sanders, man.
So
I mean, she legit. No, there's someone going to a person to interview him, ask him questions about people in her community. What there is a difference. There is a difference. Because you could be an artist who talk about I think they should change gun violence, but then they don't really follow through. They don't really show what political side they're on. There's a difference.
I see what you're saying. But again, this is like the third, fourth time I'm saying this. If you up any celebrity ass like that, I find you got a problem.
Oh, I up Will Smith's ass like that.
Yo, like I was saying, Will Smith and 50 Cent to me is a perfect balance of who do they call it? Ratchetness and righteousness? I can't remember where I get that from.
Yeah, Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Super.
I find... I think Charlemagne. I think
I think say the same thing as well.
But I think he's Super.
One of them got it from one of them.
Yeah. Either way, I think it's Charlemagne. If it's Super, my bad, Super. But I don't even think Super does watch this. But either way,
you don't think?
Even with Will Smith and 50 Cent, even if they have to disappear from Instagram, it's like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, is a little my feed gonna be a little less entertaining, but I ain't gonna be like, oh my god, why ain't they coming back?
Not like
that. Come the fuck on, man.
But I mean, it would affect me that type of way.
There's nobody that could disappear on social media. Like just thinking about it on my social media, on IG, or for example, that would be like, oh, you stop, and it's like something dramatic.
Kevin Hart, because of the accident.
Do we count? YouTube is technically also a social media platform.
Mm-hmm.
If Joe Rogan stops, I would feel some type of way.
That's different. I personally feel it's different.
I don't really.
It's still content. I get what you're saying. It's all content. I mean, it's a matter of subjectiveness in the type of content one person might prefer over the other.
Ooh.
But I feel like.
No, do I have to retract my statement?
No,
I can still keep it up because I am very like hardcore fan of the Brilliant Idiots, and if they have to disappear, I might be a little bit like, man, I can't laugh at nobody no more. But
but that's why I'm thinking like IG. Like when I think Cardi B quitting social media, I'm thinking Cardi B is not gonna be ranting no more on social media or on IG. Basically, because that's Cardi's social media. She don't have a Joe Rogan podcast or something like that. That's not what Cardi does.
Yeah.
She busy on TV and getting her fashion over deals and Pepsi commercials and all of this other shit. And she just be ranting about whatever she feels like on social media. If that is gone,
it's still not going to be gone though. Because other people going to support her stuff.
To me, it's the best thing Cardi could ever do for herself.
I still feel
because every time she talks, she fucks up her.
I'm really talking about Joker right now.
Yeah, I like this could have been 15 minutes. We could have gone into Joker. This is wasted podcast material on fucking Cardi B. I like Bodak Yellow and all that, but I mean that's as far as it goes.
That like the one song I know too. Bye. But that my shit. If it come on today, I still singing everywhere.
Press cool.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I know that whole thing from back to front. Like that still don't mean I ain't good thing. But
okay,
does it make sense to even go into it? Because that Joker movie is sick, and to me that it got a lot of different messages. I find, at least for those who saw it. The main, I guess we could go into it quickly. We in an hour. We going on an hour.
Let's leave for last week, and let's give everybody the chance to watch it. That they watch it.
You know why that they
thing,
might
so,
not be
like,
here still. A lot of things, so it's like.
I'm gonna just tell you off real. I probably not gonna watch it. Like,
I will.
I'm not gonna go to my way to watch it.
Okay, you know, I guess one of the main messages. Well, Rashid could.
But yeah, the thing is,
I don't care about
like
the Joker
wasting
enough to,
material
like,
because like this is a good topic for like a beginner of the episode. No, when everybody's still watching.
Well, let me. I'm gonna just say this to thing because I guess it kind of correlates with. No, okay, no, it doesn't. But Rashid could tell me when he watched it. Rashid could see if he thinks or not. I guess we could go from there. But the one of the main things when since Woods see it, Woods can tell me if you agree or not. The one of the main messages I find I took away from Joker was to be yourself. Because if you notice, homeboy they ain't get no attention, no nothing until he come off his meds and he start doing his shit.
Yeah.
Once he start doing him, whether it was right or wrong or wherever, he got what he wanted. He got his recognition. He got everything. So to me, that correlates to like, yo, just be yourself.
I mean, I could understand that message is in there, but it is probably like message number 7 or 8 in the rank.
Okay, what would you say? Not number one. No, not number one. Could we save that for next week when hopefully Rashid or because so you say you don't watch it if other people watch. What you would say is like the third message then. The
third message in that movie.
But the most important one.
Most important one is in terms of having a healthy society, roles should be split better.
How you mean?
Because then I have to go talk about if you ask me what you mean, then I would in the sense that when we have hierarchies of the elites and the lower class, there should be rules in place to make sure that everybody gets still treated equally.
So more or less closing the wage gap is what you just said, or you more talking about like social services and shit like that.
Yes, because that's also a reason that the man went into.
Yeah,
because they were cutting all. Yeah.
So, by long story short, the man went off his meds, and he went off his meds because they cut the funding for his therapist and stuff like that. So that was where Woods was taking him out, keeping everything easy, and that going more on what he was saying there. That shows how not only one person, you fail one person, you could start off a chain reaction of shit, because that one person that didn't get the funding. Look what the man. Well, you didn't see a movie, but the man caused a whole, practically a revolution, and not from one person.
We bored.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like, what was the plot line from Joker? Honestly, because that's one of the main reasons why. Like, I saw this thing being talked about
by the
I never watched the trailer.
I find some more
character portrait of. Just imagine if you have a psychotic being portrayed in a realistic world. Like, it's more of a character movie that this is not a comic book movie. It's a movie with comic book themes, but it's a character movie first, a comic movie maybe second or third.
They go really deep into the Joker's background. But again, just like we would say, this is not a movie based on the comics, so a lot of people would see the background of Joker and be like, yo, this didn't happen or that didn't happen. Remember, there's a whole multiverse and all that kind of bullshit, so this is just in one of the many universes that could be possible.
To be specific, this is DC Black. DC Black is a universe of, like, it's more gritty, very dark.
What's your nerd showing?
I know,
but so yeah, but
let me hide it.
It humanizes the Joker. It more shows how he got crazy. Like, it wasn't just like bam, he started putting on white makeup and started dressing up like a clown out of nowhere. It shows the steps of it, and it kind of, to a certain extent, it kind of make me feel bad for the man.
King, I would find it weird if you would not like this movie. It's so psychological. I think you would enjoy it a lot.
I would recommend for King and anybody else that like enjoys movie. Like, it's not to say is a Marvel movie where you have to like be a fan of the comics to really understand, or you have to be a fan of somebody.
You could take the Joker theme out of this movie, and you would.
You could take the whole Batman thing out of it, and it would still be a good movie. Especially with how society is this day and age, with the whole mental health issue, topic and all that kind of stuff, is definitely one that is I feel that is worth seeing.
This movie transcends comic book movies.
Yeah, I feel
it goes way past that. It doesn't even need to be that. It's
like
just
you would go watch a Marvel movie and be like, "But yeah, boy, that action was cool, or this was cool, that scene was cool." This could actually start serious conversations.
And that's usually like that description that you just give is generally my reason that I'm not that big on the superhero stuff, because there's action.
Yeah,
primarily action. It's like more story and dialogue type of movies.
It got action to it, but
this movie's maybe like 20% action and 80% just character development.
Is definitely a good way. I like how they bring it across. If DC keep doing this in this way, I believe they would be able to start giving Marvel a run for their money.
This movie's going to be nominated for sure. And Joaquin Phoenix is winning Best Actor, hands down.
I just hope, like I said before podcast, before we start recording, I just hope this homeboy don't go and kill himself, because I would like to see him in another Joker movie. The man really do it. The man do it good. The man act that part good. Like, we had asked the question before.
Oh yeah,
Heath Ledger. The Dark Knight, is it better than the Dark Knight?
Okay, can I go first?
Yeah, go through.
Because I had a full discussion with my nerd friends about this, and this is a cop out in my. It's kind of a cop out, but it's not. Both of them are good, but
for different reasons.
The Heath Ledger one, he needs Batman to be good. This Joker doesn't need any of that, because he's the main difference is though for Heath Ledger, he's evil.
Relevant point.
He's really evil, and you cannot have him as a standalone character in a movie, because you need that balance. Yeah, you need that counterbalance. Whereas this Joker, he's human. He's so human. He's so humanized to the point that you could just have a movie about him alone, and it would just make sense. You can have a movie about the other Joker by himself, and then it's working. It can't.
I disagree,
because
the only reason I can't properly disagree is because obviously I didn't see this one, so my opinion is a little different. I didn't see the new Joker, but to me,
what do you mean disagree though? You feel like they can have a movie mainly with a villain and not have a superhero in it?
If like y'all talking about it.
No, but this is not about Batman versus Joker though. This is just Joker.
Exactly.
No, but we're looking at the two.
It depends what story are you trying to tell.
Yeah,
if you decide to take it from a different angle, to me we could do that same shit with any super villain. We could decide to pick Harley Quinn, and we're going to create a story about her.
I think you're missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, in this movie, he's humanized. He's actually. It's a character that you can follow for a whole movie, and you feeling some type of way, like you're not sure if what he's doing, like I'm rooting for him, but at the same time I know it's bad, and that's how they normalize the movie. Whereas
you could kind of argue that with Heath Ledger. You kind of argue that with Heath Ledger one too, though.
No, but the difference with the Heath Ledger one, what I'm trying to say the whole time, is with the one with Heath Ledger, that movie, because we're comparing the two scripts. These are two different Jokers. That Joker, with the way it was written, you cannot have it as a character, because it's not a character. He's not development. He's already developed. He's evil. His whole point is chaos. So you would follow him, and all he does is just chaos for no reason. There is no explanation, because that's that Joker. Because Joker usually is an enigma. That's why in that movie, every time he told his origin, it was a different origin. you know how I have these scars on my face? It's because my dad did this.
Okay, I follow
Like,
you. And then the other
the
one
way
was like
it's
his
written, like
woman or
it's
some shit.
there is no. You're not learning anything because that's the point of that Joker. That Joker is just pure chaos. He does it for no reason.
I follow you.
That's how it's written.
And that is the reason why, to me, is like, that's the story they was trying to tell.
Yeah, but
in
that's
that
what
moment.
we're comparing. We're comparing the two stories, and that's why I'm saying they are trying to achieve two very different
Okay.
things. So you cannot say
how
this
about-
Joker is better than this
Basically,
Joker
preference.
because they're Joker, but they're not the same Joker. They are trying to accomplish different
Okay,
things. That's why I cannot say this one is better than this
okay,
one.
cool.
Whereas all the other Jokers previously,
Let's go with just acting wise then, instead of whole script and all that.
both are amazing.
Do you find one was over the other?
No. Because one is going to win. One was nominated and won Best Actor, and this one is going to be. I'm already saying this one is going to be nominated, and he's going to win Best Actor. I've almost seen every good movie this year because I watch it for free.
I gonna give a little less nerdy comic book, all that kind of shit type vibe explanation. To me, the Heath Ledger role, not only how he did it, but how the script was written. The Heath Ledger Joker was more entertaining and based for a broader audience. I feel because with all the like the snappy quotes and like the action, like the why so serious, and like how you say the different he keep giving a different backstory and the constant chaos he was thinking. I feel as more for entertainment purposes, while this Joker movie, this shit really sit down and make you think.
Yeah.
Well, at least me,
Yeah.
this is how it is. I can see this Joker going over a lot of people's head, like the significance of the roles and how everything comes together, even all the little craziness, what may seem like random acts of craziness, to me, it all is connected in his character, and to me personally, that would go over a lot of people's head. Like it would just be like, what the fuck? Like what they have this scene for? Like for instance, the scene when he just come out.
Wait. Now you're talking about scenes, Zach.
Fuck
This
it.
man ain't seen the movie yet, dog. What you doing?
That okay, you lucky, Richie. Anyway, I don't talk specific, but like how, for instance, whenever he making a big reveal, then let me put it that way. Now I'm gonna talk about a specific scene. Wherever he making a big reveal, as in like coming out to to a crowd. He does do all this like theatrical shit in the back, like first, and then he just come out. To me, that nuance and that artistic part of it would go over a lot of people's head, because you don't know. A lot of people ain't gonna see like the sensitive part of it, the psychological part of it, why he doing it, where it coming from, the reasons they put it in the movie. It's not to say it's like a random scene. Whereas in Heath Ledger's role, everything was like, all right, cool. This happening because of this. This is clear because of this. All right, this is he shoot this person because of that. It's more action based. To me, this Joker movie, you have to think a lot more, and that's why I feel it would go over the role itself would go over a lot of people's head.
I understand that, but then we're actually touching King's point. That's how the movie was written and shot. But we have to. What I'm comparing right now is
maybe you're right.
Pure acting. Like in terms of pure acting, like I cannot, like if it was, why I can compare Joker Heath Ledger with the one from Batman 1990 is because they're basically the same. They're written the same character, so you can actually compare those two actors.
Okay, yeah,
because
I see what you mean.
Joker is written. They're exactly the same in a modern context, but this Joker is. It's not the psycho.
From my understanding, to me, the main difference is, it can sound stupid, but this is a Joker movie. It's not a Batman movie. This is a Joker movie. Every other time we've seen the Joker, it's a Batman. It's not your story. It's not about you. Yeah. So we'll never dive into your character as deeply as we would when a movie that's actually called The Joker, that's about the Joker, that's telling his story. It's the first time we've seen something like that.
No, because they have stories with just the Joker. It's called
Where
The
they
Killing
at?
Joke. Like, they have stories that
A movie?
focus on
Where the movie is at?
yeah, look it up. Well, it's animated, but and it's dark. No.
No, it's dark.
Live
like
action, something
no,
that
but
is-
it's the same. It's if the
Character.
at the end of the day they write the story.
Enter the
There's a
Matrix
script.
is the same as the Matrix trilogy. The Animatrix is the same as the Matrix trilogy in your opinion.
Are we not
Star
saying
Wars
that
Clone
anime?
Wars is the same as the Star Wars saga?
No, but are we
okay.
are we saying animated movies and acted movies are somehow different? If a script is written,
Where
if they
acting
written
is
this,
cons- where acting
when
is-
acting
but-
is
but that-
but we
but-
were talking. What we were just now, we were talking about the character. If you have a movie, if this movie was a character of Joker, but it was just an animated movie, it would still have the same impact. Because then
It wouldn't have the same. I don't feel that
you
way.
would then the voice actor would have to be the one selling you that. Because it's at the end of the day it's just a script, but it's how the actor or the voice actor sells it. That's what's going to make you feel on top of it.
Discussion regarding Lion King, even though the episode never aired, because that was the one that we lost.
Oh Lord, yeah.
That was the one that we lost.
The camera still on?
Yeah.
But we had the same conversation with the Lion King, and part of the reason it didn't work is because this one is now live, and the people, the voice actors, they can't convey certain shit the same way. So it does make a difference whether something is live action versus a cartoon.
But in this case, they're both. The difference with this is you can portray emotion with cartoon, but if you're trying to portray emotion by
Because
having
it's
CG
easier with
and then
cartoon.
going real, it's a difference with going with CG and trying to be realistic and then going, because you can portray emotion by being animated, but the problem is they animated it realistically with realistic animals that cannot express emotions the same way a human can.
Yeah.
So, because I've seen anime that's been like any
You don't need to convince me.
Maziaki.
You don't need to convince me. Anime and stuff like that can get deep. I mean, considering who's here in this room,
but that's
we
why,
all
like,
agree that anime can get deep, and it's just as good, if not better, than live action in a lot of situations.
Anime is the only thing that made me shut tell that. No movie made me shut tell.
But okay, let me say my piece on this, and then we
start wrapping up.
Yeah. These two Jokers are very different type of Jokers. It's so different that even people that love like Joker as how his character is portrayed, the community is split on how they really feel about this movie, because some people find that this is not the Joker that they know. This is not it, because you could take the Joker out of this and it could just be a regular man. You understand? It's not pure chaos. It's not the Joker that everyone knows. But at the same time, like, Joker's been portrayed in so many different ways, but this is the closest thing to the Killing Joke that we got. Anyway, I don't want to go into specific, but the movie's good. Watch it. If you're a comic fan, if you're not a comic fan, if you like Joker, if you don't like Joker, if you're just interested in a good movie with a good story and plot line, this movie is a must watch.
I definitely agree. You could don't know shit about Batman and still enjoy the movie.
They don't even mention Batman. Batman doesn't even exist.
Yeah, Batman don't. That's
So
a whole.
Camisa, you gonna watch the Joker?
I might.
Been quiet on this entire topic. You know, we gotta actually engage you into this, bring you into the
I don't have
conversation.
nothing to say.
I know I don't really got into seeing it since I watched the movie, but
No,
I might go watch the
should
movie and then next episode we could talk about
you should definitely, even if it's not for like podcast purposes, I should definitely go check the movie just to check the movie's sake. It's definitely a good movie. I would say arguably one of the best movies of the year so far.
God, the only reason I was saying that I probably not gonna see it is because it probably can't true. Cause in general, I don't watch many movies at all. Nothing against this movie in particular.
Man,
that
Same.
Man,
Like,
what
I just
we
don't go
in
through movies a
October days or October 6th? Man, give it to like November 1st and it'll be out on good quality online. You can just stream that shit.
Nah, I mean,
I'm pretty sure, man.
just wait till you can stream it.
I'm pretty sure you can stream
y'all
that
got
shit.
Disney Plus?
Hell no.
I do. Well, I don't pay for it. My girlfriend does.
It's a free still.
I
Like
leisure.
it costs $1 or something like that.
Yeah, you get 2 months.
for free.
Yo, from time I hear you couldn't autoplay, I have no reason to
I mean,
services.
Netflix, it start like that as well, no? Like
And that's why I got that's why I took
When I
your
got into
Netflix years after.
When I got into Netflix, it was already autoplaying. Cause Netflix started as DVD rentals and shit like that, and nobody was renting DVDs off of Netflix.
How the fuck you forget where you put Crazy Eyes as my fucking display picture, you bastard? I mean, yo, one thing, just edit off a little light, right? So I just use Woods Netflix. Cool. He allowed me to have my own, my own specific user and stuff like that, which I'm grateful for. Thanks again. But then, it had novel pictures and shit. Cool, no problem. All is fine. He got maybe 3 or 4 other people on it. Everybody got their own shit. Some people got a default. They got a default display picture. Some people change it. All good. All of a sudden, one day I just open up the Netflix. My display picture changed to fucking Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black. I mean, yo, what the fuck, no?
Why?
Some next one is a hippo. Somebody's a fucking hippo. I don't even know the
So
other.
you don't want to be Crazy Eyes? What's the problem with
I
Crazy
just
Eyes?
know. My question was why Crazy Eyes?
You want to know the answer?
The picture changes. All the picture changed, right? And I was like, let me put my picture. And then I was like, they put picture for Kana. So I then I went and scroll and I see all the options and I saw Crazy Eyes and I was like,
I ain't gonna lie, I must have laughing too when I see it. But I was just like, yo, why of all people?
hey, she's one of the best parts of that show.
Great actress. I think we're just supposed to use actor for everybody now or some shit like that.
No, you're supposed to use actress because you're supposed to give
person who performed in a movie. Let's use that. That's the gender neutral.
The lady who acted in that role. How about that? But with that being said, we're going
going on too long. So
120.
For all the people that have been listening and they're still here tuning in, we definitely appreciate y'all.
Yeah. We appreciate it. This
is kind of normal for the past couple episodes. It's usually been the last couple episodes about an hour and 20 something, hour and 20 something, the last maybe 5 or 6 or something like that.
We've been trying to hit 45 minutes for a good 6, 7 months.
I don't think it ever got.
We should just live our truth.
I don't know. I think 45 minutes too. Every time I look and I just see it's 45 minutes, I feel like we ain't talk about nothing yet. That's usually be the thing.
We still be on one topic.
Exactly. So 45 minutes just you don't cut it.
But it is 5 different people, 5 different voices, 5 different opinions. A lot of the time, 3 different people trying to talk,
stuff like that.
Yeah, and them kind of ones. So that is still
trying to get somebody to understand your point, getting stuck and just getting stuck in a back and forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, peoples, we've been here, like we said, we've been here for long enough, and we appreciate y'all listening and tuning in with us. But before we wrap, we got plugs. If y'all got anything to promote, parties, where the parties at?
Like always, Curious on Monday in John Doe. You could find us there more. You can find us there. For ADE, we technically still can't give out any information about that yet due to legal purposes. But we will keep y'all updated. You could keep track of Woods' IG or my IG. We're going to keep all you updated where our involvement in ADE is concerned. And that's about it on my behalf. Unless Woods got something else specific.
I mean, at this point, we both are promoting the same thing, so I might.
No, but I mean, at least you got a specific gig. So I mean, you was in Nick's last week, so I don't know if you got something else coming up.
I mean, nothing that I can talk about yet. So
okay, well, yeah, that's it for us.
Alrighty then, I ain't really got nothing. The plug's kind of the same. Still working on the project. I told y'all the name kind of last week, even though it's not still 100%. So just stream all the 3 Conscious Cats and Mistuh King music that is out there for now. That's all I got basically.
Oh, and then we just expect or hope that y'all to do it. But again, if you have certain parts of the conversation that you did like, or the certain clips that you guys find that was important, don't forget to share, comment, spread it, keep the conversation going. Whether it's about mental health, being bullied. What else we talk about there? This thing.
Some notes I don't remember right now.
Anyway, those are the most important ones. Just to keep the conversation going, the more we talk about it, the more we can spread awareness, the more we can actually like maybe make potentially prevent shit, even though that don't really happen in our main audience group, because mass shootings don't really happen in Caribbean. But a lot of you got people in the States.
So the Spotify listeners, they got some California people and shit.
Shout out to all of you from the States that actually listen to us and they can understand us. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Actually, we don't know if they can understand us, but we know they're listening. So.
I mean, if they're coming back, I mean, they got to be understanding some point of it.
It might be background noise.
I mean, there's people who listen to Zouk and Bachata and all kind of things.
Yeah, me don't understand it. Yep. Maybe, all 26 years.
Maybe the find you laugh very soothing. It could be that.
Anybody that find my laugh very soothing needs to go see the same people that the Joker see, because they got some serious mental problems. My laugh soothing?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
Nah,
you gotta make I forget the
ASMR.
Your brain
ASMR.
Your brain waves all kind of fucked up.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, people, we can see y'all the next time.
Bless.
See y'all later, people.